Welcome to Talking Comics. My name's Per. I'm here with my friend Paul. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Great. Okay, so we're going to look at some old school Richie Rich stuff, um, but that actually means looking at Little Dot number one right here. Can you tell us a little bit about this, Paul?
Yeah, so he's one of the backup stories in Little Dot. So in the golden age, this would be the year of 1953. In the golden age, it would be abnormal to open up a comic book and have it be nothing but Little Dot. You maybe have several Little Dot stories in it, but you also have other characters that have comic stories in there as well. And so with one of them, it'd be Richie Rich. It'd be his first appearance.
So this is Richie Rich's first appearance. Why don't we check out the CGC grading? How much that this comic is worth?
Yeah, so an incredibly rare comic. I mean, it's one that you're not going to see at a convention or at your local comic book store. It's a unicorn pretty much. But anyway, one of the last sightings we saw April 2018 for almost 2 grand. A two sold for.
Yeah, so I mean, a low grade is a couple grand, a high grade is maybe up to 20 grand, and the most recent sale period is 2018. So I mean, this thing is hard to get. And we looked up the census on this. There's 37 of them graded
Rare.
at all. So, I mean, that's rare in action number one. It's rare in almost anything. Okay, let's check out another old Richie Rich comic.
All right, so here's the first cover of Richie Rich. This is also in Little Dot. This is Little Dot number 6.
So here's his first cover appearance. If you're a Richie Rich fan, this is a good comic to get. We didn't look up the prices anyways. It ain't going to be as much as the other ones. But there we go. First cover.
Yeah, one to look for if you should ever stumble upon it.
And if you randomly see that thing in a comic store, buy it. All right, let's check out our next one while we're going down the memory lane of Richie Rich.
All right, so here's the cool one. This is Harvey Hits.
So this is the first time that he's like, boom, big on the cover.
Right.
Got his name. I'll say that other Little Dot was 54. This one's 58.
Yeah.
1958, right. And it's kind of like they're testing him out as a main character, like the main character that he will become later.
Yeah, in fact, only 2 years later, where we see Richie Rich number 1.
And I used to like these stories when I was a kid. I just everything he did involved gold, involved jewels. It was always fun.
Yeah.
Okay, and then here we go, Richie Rich number 1. This is probably the most famous Richie Rich comic. As far as collecting goes. And whatever, there he is, being super rich.
Yeah, there's quite the bathtub there.
Oh, and we'll check out the price on this in a second, but I want to say that it looks like he's had multiple cartoons. Like what makes a comic valuable? One of the things that makes a comic valuable is like, Marvel Comics when they have a movie or whatever. So right. He's had multiple cartoons. He's had a live action TV show on Netflix. He's had multiple movies. Now, all those things are, maybe 5 to 30 years old or whatever. So he's not super hot right now, but I think he's due for a movie. And when his next movie comes out, this comic is going to shoot through the roof. Let's check out some prices on Richie Rich number 1, 1960.
Agreed. So here we go. So here's a really high grade at 9.6. This sold, 13 years ago. But 26,000. A more recent one would be down here in 2019, 4 grand for an 8. But we also have a lot of 2020s. Those are probably the best bet to look at. So a 6.5 or a 7 would go for 21 to 28.
I don't think so. Looking at that 7, a little less than 3 grand for Richie Rich number 1 and a 7. That doesn't sound bad to me. I mean, you're just waiting for the movie. As soon as the movie comes out, that thing's going to probably double.
You're probably right. One thing, though, to mention to anyone watching, it is a popularity contest. And you're right. By being in the movies, you automatically benefit because of advertising. They might have Richie Rich commercials on TV, or if you go to this supermarket, you might see a bag of chips with Richie Rich's face on it, you know. And I think all that kind of builds into it, you know. But it's Richie Rich, which is still not a big giant mega star. It's not like a Batman. It's not like amazing.
I mean, people like Marvel comics and they like Batman. That's what people really like, is those two things.
Correct. Yeah.
But you know, if you buy this comic and they don't get around to making another movie for 12 years,
you're in the long wait. Then you're
hurting. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, as soon as they announce, hey, we might make a movie, the thing will start going through the roof. And then they're like, oh, we canceled it. Never mind, we're not making it. Whatever. You know, it's gambling. Investing is like gambling, and sometimes you get to hold a Richie Rich #1 in your hands when you do it.
Hey, there's worse things in life, I tell you.
Okay, well, hey, thanks for watching, people. Any final words, Paul?
Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe. We'll see you again. Take care.
All right, thanks.